On tonight's edition of Newswatch 18, we'll tell you about what an Iowa State researcher has to say about an easy way to eat healthier.
And we've got the story on the city council race and how it could affect Greek students in Greek housing.
I'll tell you about sports a little later on.
And there's some precip in the forecast. I'll let you know when and where on your full forecast. You're watching Newswatch 18.
So am I over here?
Milwaukee.
Newswatch 18 starts now.
Good evening and welcome to Newswatch 18. I'm Yansen Cakrasenjaya.
And I'm Michelle Schoening. Thanks for joining us.
With the leaves falling and winter soon to be here, plenty of people are returning to that comforting hot bowl of soup. That's a good thing, according to Iowa State University's researcher James Hollis, an assistant professor of food science and human nutrition. Hollis says eating soup more frequently may reduce the likelihood of being overweight due to the ability of soup to keep eaters feeling full for longer periods than other foods. Soup is satisfying, filling meal and can help manage body weight. Americans eat soup less often than those in other countries like Japan, which reports half of its population eats soup on a daily basis, where the problem of obesity is much lower. Hollis describes soup as a dish with high liquid content derived from some broth. People looking for a healthier way to manage their weight should consider making soup more common in their diet.
The city council race is entering the home stretch and candidates are going door to door to present their pitch for city council. Topics for election include Section 3 of Ames Rental Housing Code, which could affect students in Greek land. An open forum will be held at City Hall on Wednesday, October 30th from noon to 1:30 and 6:30 to 8 for students and citizens who want to show a concern for the issue. An additional forum will be on Thursday, October 31st from 2 to 3:30 p.m. at City Hall.
Several calls have been made this week to police regarding a scam that is happening right on the doorsteps in Ames. Sergeant Christine Crippen reports that a man has been seen posting fake delivery notifications on doors this past Thursday. The notification is a post-it style note that resembles the same ones UPS and FedEx uses that says, "Sorry, we missed you." The note also has a 1866 number on it that police tracked back to Minnesota. When Ames citizens tried calling the number back, it directs them to a suspicious company asking for their credit card information. This scam has been occurring in many central Iowa towns lately, although Crippen believes no one in Ames suffered a loss from the scam. Police would like citizens to remember, when in doubt, don't give it out.
The Iowa State LGBT Alliance Association will host an annual Halloween drag show this Thursday. The show is from 7 to 9 p.m. in the Great Hall of the Memorial Union. Those in attendance are encouraged to wear a costume, but it is not required. Admission is $5 for Alliance members and $7 for general admissions. Tickets will be available at the door. All proceeds assist students in attending a conference in Kansas City this February.
Iowa State is making efforts to improve education in important areas by hiring more faculty. 29 new faculty positions have been approved, according to an update from the provost's office last week. The new positions were added in specific areas that the university believes to be important to the school and the state. They are calling them high-impact hires because of their specific placement, and the initiative will use money from the state as well as the university. The new faculty will spread out and hired in nearly every college at Iowa State.
Fall Senior Week is underway, and there are plenty of things to take advantage of if you're getting ready to graduate. The Senior Class Council has lined up free food on Central Campus until Thursday, and you'll want to get there quick. They're set to serve meals from 11 a.m. until 1 p.m., but the first-come, first-served tent ran out of food in about an hour on Monday. Seniors can also purchase their exclusive senior packages at the food tent, which include glow-in-the-dark senior mug, a t-shirt, koozie, and much more. Senior packages are $10 and can be picked up at the Alumni Center on Friday.
Sheriff's deputies in Floyd County have vowed to not shave as part of a fundraising effort to aid people with cancer. Each deputy will donate at least $10 and begin growing their beards, mustaches, and goatees starting this Friday. The deputies plan to keep their scruffy looks until the end of November and are encouraging anyone they can to help donate to the group. The group is called Floyd County Cancer Friends, and they help cancer patients in the area with support for medical expenses and travel.
The government of the student body is encouraging Ames City Council members to view Greek housing as a university housing option. City Council member Victoria Spinzinski believes the City Council does not want to include Greek housing in the enforcement of Chapter 13. Chapter 13 lays the minimum maintenance and safety requirements for rental housing in Ames. Areas in question are the number of parking spaces per person living in the house, sleeping arrangements, and the number of people per bathroom. The City Council election will be on November 5th at City Hall.
Sometimes you just can't forget where you came from, no matter how successful you become. Author Bill Bryson grew up in Des Moines before moving to England after college, but he hasn't forgotten his roots. Bryson spoke at Stevens Auditorium on Monday about his childhood as well as the book he's written. Bryson has been around the world working as a journalist and writer, and he told stories about ordering pork tenderloins, corn dogs, and Herbert Hoover to prove that he really did come from Iowa, which is something he said people give him a hard time about since he moved away for so long. Bryson's newest book is called One Summer, America 1927, and was released earlier this month.
And now we've got Hunter here at the desk with us for sports. Hunter, what are you going to tell us about Cyclone sports?
A number of Cyclone teams were on display this weekend. I'll have more on that after the break. Don't touch that dial. You're watching Newswatch 18. Welcome back to Newswatch 18. I'm Hunter Brugenhemke with your sports. The Iowa State soccer team couldn't find the back of the net this past Friday when they traveled down to Fort Worth to take on TCU, and as a result, the Cyclones fell 1-0 to the Horned Frogs. It was a demoralizing loss for Iowa State as they controlled the tempo for most of the game and fired 10 shots on goal compared to TCU's 2, one of which was converted by Michelle Prokof to give the Horned Frogs the victory. Iowa State returns home this Friday for senior day against Oklahoma State. A 35th place finish at the 2012 National Tournament had Cyclone wrestling fans wondering if the tradition-rich program would ever be back on top of the podium. But a group of talented underclassmen have grown into experienced upperclassmen. Alan Fidelki has more.
Squad, and it paid off. The Cyclones crowned 3 All-Americans and finished 11th as a team at the national tournament. The strong finish has the fifth-year head coach confident in his team's ability this season.
Up and down the lineup, from 125 to heavyweight, talent-wise, from a strictly talent standpoint, the ability to hit more skills and moves at a younger age and to know wrestling at a younger age, I think we do. I believe we do.
And while the room has more talented depth than in years past, the biggest key to the program's new swagger could be experienced leadership.
Right now, my younger guys are following the Kyvan Gadsons, the Mike Marinos, the Tanner Weathermans, the Boaz Beards, and the Luke Ghettos. So our freshmen are doing what they see our upperclassmen doing, and that's been the trend as opposed to the other way around.
As an upperclassman, you gotta come in and you gotta, kind of direct the guys around and let them know what it takes to get, I guess, not where we were, but where we wanted to be last year. And I think that's something that we're doing a good job of.
We want to help guide these younger guys through the program so they're not having some of the struggles at a young age that we had.
But Moreno is not content just being teacher.
These younger kids can definitely pick up a thing or two from us, but you never stop learning. So there's always these young kids that might be able to teach us a few things too. So I think just coming together better as a team is I think that's ultimately what's going to happen.
The Cyclones open the season at home on November 7th with duels versus Drexel and Grandview. With ISU TV Sports, I'm Alan Fidelki.
Winning the Big 12 Defensive Player of the Week award is nothing new for Cyclone volleyball senior Kristen Hahn, but after winning it again this past week, she now has broken the Big 12 record for most times winning the award, tallying the honor 16 times in her illustrious career. Winning the award comes on the heels of a satisfying week for the Cyclone volleyball team. Led by Hahn's outstanding defense and serving, Iowa State took down number 22 Kansas in 5 sets before coming back home on Saturday to sweep TCU. Hahn and her Cyclone teammates are set to host Texas Tech this Wednesday in Hilton Coliseum at 8 p.m. The Iowa State men's golf team took their last swing of the fall season at the Bridgestone Golf Collegiate in Greensboro, North Carolina, where the team finished tied for 12th. Iowa State freshman Brugenhemke paced the Cyclones by carding rounds of 74 and 72 for a final weekend tally of 146, which landed him tied for 21st. Cyclone All-American Scott Fernandez finished the weekend tied for 26th with a total score of 147. The Cyclone men's golf team will resume play in late February when they compete in the Alumni Challenge in Scottsdale, Arizona. On a fateful November night in the 2011 season, Iowa State ended Oklahoma State's BCS national title hopes by knocking off the Cowboys in Jack Trice Stadium. Saturday marked the first time the boys from Stillwater returned to Ames since their 2011 demise, and their trip was anything but friendly for the Cyclones as Oklahoma State cruised to a 58-27 victory over Iowa State. The Cowboys started scoring quickly on their first 3 drives to make the score 21-0 in the first quarter before the Cyclones responded to make it a 1-score game at half. The Cowboys scored 24 unanswered points to start the second half, and Iowa State would never threaten again. The lone bright spot for Iowa State was sophomore wideout Quentin Bundridge, who caught his 5th and 6th touchdown receptions of the season and is on pace to break Todd Blythe's single-season record of 9 touchdown receptions in the season. The Cyclones are still searching to notch their first conference win of the year, and will hope luck is on their side when they travel to Manhattan, Kansas this weekend to take on Kansas State. And that's all I've got for you in sports. Zach, what can you tell us about the weather this week?
It's fairly quiet weather-wise today, but it's all about the change as some precipitation is on the way. I'll have the full breakdown coming up after the break. Welcome back to Newswatch 18. I am meteorologist Zach Sharpe with your cyclone weather forecast tonight. We are starting off with rain on the way late tonight, and it's going to be a very wet Wednesday, so if you're out for Baker's Night tomorrow night, it could be a pretty soggy one out there, but the weekend is setting up to be a very beautiful one, and we'll have full details in a minute. Current conditions outside right now, 53 in Ames, 56 in Des Moines, 52 out in Council Bluffs, and a cooler 47 out in Sioux City with those partly cloudy skies out there this evening. Winds are finally starting to die down. Earlier this morning they were in the double digits, but now they are in the single digits, 9 miles per hour out of Des Moines. Council Bluffs still double digits at 10 miles per hour, and right here in the city of Ames at 7 miles per hour. Precip since midnight, we haven't seen a whole lot, but that is about ready to change. After midnight tonight, Sioux City was the highest one so far with 6/100ths of an inch, but those totals will go up very much overnight. Current conditions 53 in Ames with those east-southeast winds at 7 miles per hour. Relative humidity is starting to get up there to 74%, and that will increase throughout the night as those rain showers start to push into the state with that dew point out of 45 degrees. Clouds and radar, mostly clouds right now, a few isolated showers. Not a lot of this is reaching the ground in northwest Iowa, and that's pushing off to the north and east, but the bigger system we're watching is off to our south and west. It is centralized over Kansas right now, and that will continue to push to the north overnight, and as it does, it will increase rain chances throughout this evening. Futurecast shows there is that low pressure system with that warm front off to the east, and that will eventually slide up to the north throughout the night, and then those rain showers will start to increase after the midnight hour, and by going to school tomorrow morning, those rain showers should be pretty moderate tomorrow morning. 4 o'clock tomorrow afternoon, it still has rain showers in southern and western Iowa. That is where the heaviest rainfall totals will be occurring, and that will eventually, this low pressure system will slide even further to the north up in Wisconsin with that cold front draping down and dropping temperatures and switching winds on the backside of that front. And that cold front will continue to push through the east on Thursday afternoon, clearing out for Thursday. So if your trick-or-treats on Thursday night, you're looking perfect. So looking at a closer range here, we'll put it into motion starting off tonight. We see just mostly clouds. Tomorrow morning, still clouds. I could see a few showers popping up tomorrow morning, otherwise just mostly clouds. Those rain showers start to increase 3 o'clock, so walking home from school, you may need that umbrella, so take that umbrella with you tomorrow afternoon. And it looks like we may have a dry pocket here, so Ames may miss majority of the rain, but the heaviest rainfall totals do look to the south. So if we go ahead and take a look at rainfall totals, we will see, starting off at 7 o'clock tonight, that rain will stick off to the south, and then eventually at 1 o'clock tomorrow afternoon, we see those rain showers start to continue to push to the north, and as it does, rainfall totals should be about 0.3 of an inch in Des Moines. We may miss most of it here in the metro and Ames, And otherwise 48 degrees for a low tonight, mostly cloudy with those rain showers increasing late with the east winds 3 to 7 miles per hour. Tomorrow 63 degrees, showers and thunderstorms. And taking a look at your 7-day trick-or-treat forecast, temperatures will be in the mid to lower 40s. In your extended forecast, 55 for trick-or-treat night, 54 in the weekend at 52. Next system looks to roll in Monday and Tuesday and drop temperature behind it, but that's all I have for the weather. Back to you guys at the desk.
Ever wonder if any of Iowa State's historic campus is haunted? Well, here's your chance to hear all about the campus's spooky history. Ghost Stories of Iowa State is an event put on by University Museums and will be held this Thursday to give you some wholesome entertainment on Halloween. Come to Morrill Hall at 7 p.m. on Thursday to hear stories about Iowa State's haunted history.
And that's all we have for tonight's edition of Newswatch 18.
Make sure to join us on Thursday for more Cyclone news, weather, and sports.
Have a great night, Ames.